What up? What up? Welcome back to Schmoebates. This is the final round 2 match that we have going on in this tournament, and it's going to be a good one. VIDEODREW versus Chandru Dhandapani. I'm looking forward to it, and a big welcome to my guest co-host / judge, Miss Paige Frabetti.
Hey, I am so excited to be here and to experience my first Schmoebate by being a guest host and listening to these two people go head to head because I know them personally. They both love to talk. So this should be an interesting one. Battle Royale, I must say. So
yeah, that is, you're not wrong about loving to talk. So we'll see how this one goes. We're going to go ahead and get right into it. Let me show you how we got here. So first, Mara took out John Kaiser, of course. Then Adam Witt lost to William Bibiani. VIDEODREW took out Chance, and Chandru and Robert filled in last minute with Chandru taking that one. And then just last week, Mara took out Bibbs to get to this final. And the winner of this will be taking on Mara to play Ben Bateman. And there's the helicopters.
they're coming for you, Jake. I told you this right before when it live. They're coming for you.
Yeah, they still haven't got me yet.
Todd, your wife, they're coming for you, man.
They've been coming for me. They ain't gonna fucking get me. All right.
So you know who is coming for us? VIDEODREW and Chandru with this. So this should be interesting to see who's going to face more in the next round of this. Face that dude, Ben Bateman, whatever his name is.
That traitor guy, whoever, you know. So, yeah, might as well bring him in. Welcome to the show, or welcome back to the show, I should say.
Oh, I was like,
VIDEODREW.
Boom, it's like a reveal.
Hey, let's
Chandru Dhandapani.
What's
up, y'all?
It's the match you always wanted to see happen, guys.
Exactly. I can't play singles. She can't play IG. So this is how we meet in the middle.
I really wish I hadn't screwed myself out of this question, man. I was like, dang it. Oh. Me and Chandru would have been the best match ever. That would just be great to watch. So now you get to watch it in Schmoebates.
Yeah, you never know. One day down the line, Chandru might decide to jump into singles or something.
I mean, he is a rocket scientist, so he probably could.
Yeah, so that was from a question that we discarded and changed out for another one. But so I know you all know the rules. I am going to bring them up just so everybody else can be refreshed on it. So 3 questions will be debated. The winner will be determined by our guest co-host and our ghost judge who's chilling backstage. If there's a tie, the audience vote will serve as the tiebreaker for each round. The round format, each person gets a 60-second opening statement by themselves. Then there's a 4-minute open debate followed by 60-second closing statements. The final round order will be determined by me flipping the action coin. You have to win 2 rounds to be declared the winner because that's just how things work. And each competitor has 1 30-second uninterrupted time extension. You can use it anytime, whether it's during an open debate, during an opening statement, closing statement. The only stipulation is that you only get 1 and it has to be used before I post the poll after each round. Everybody good with that?
Yep.
Sounds Gucci, but not Tom Gucci.
House of Gucci.
House of Gucci.
All right, so we did.
For life rights.
Am I the last member who is not a dungeon member in this tournament?
Oh my god!
It's all the rest of it is all dungeon.
Somehow that's just the way it worked with scheduling and who said yes.
Nah, it's rigged, guys. It's rigged, I tell you.
So we can go ahead and get right into it.
Let's get right to Schmoebate.
Nice. I'm going to go ahead and pull up this question if you don't mind reading it, please.
I gotcha. All right, you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
What was the biggest flub in your Schmoedown history?
Okay, and before I start the timer, that question was submitted by Action Army General Joseph Boros, the prince who wasn't promised. Thank you, sir. And we did flip a coin beforehand, and Chandru deferred. So VIDEODREW, you will be going first in this round. And your 60 seconds starts in 3, 2, 1.
Now, Your Honor, when we're doing these kind of schmoebates, people are sort of predisposed to hearing the question and thinking immediately what answer they want to hear. They have something that they know in their mind, the audience, the judges, and when they hear biggest flub, you're biased towards something. Now, I want to make you think about this a different way. Biggest flub means biggest hubris. It means somebody who knew the answer, shouted it out, and for that you have to go with Mike Kalinowski and the Flash Gordon incident in 2019, where instead of waiting, thinking about the answer, going it over in his head, he heard the thing about Ted. It was his round 3 against Snyder. It would have gotten him it was his number 1 contender shot. It would have gotten him to the finals in New York with Paulo Yama, making him the first triple belted contender, I think, out there. So
10 seconds.
Just in terms of hubris is what we're looking at in terms of flub, not mistake.
5,
hubris.
4, 3,
that's my case,
2.
I guess.
All right. Okay, and Chandru, yours starts in 3, 2, 1.
It's Collision 2019, and it's the IG number 1 contender match between Mike the Killer Kalinowski and the undefeated 3 wins, 0 losses, 3 knockouts smasher who's just smashing everyone left and right, Kevin Smets. And he plays great in the rounds 1 and 2, and he gets his 5-pointer. What was the last words of the Green Goblin in 2002 Spider-Man? And talk about hubris without using 2 of his repeats, without taking his time.
Seconds.
He just says, "Don't tell Peter," instead of "Don't tell Harry." Like the whole room sort of just went quiet, saying, "Wait." He was so confident in his answer that everyone thought it was the right answer, except for the people on the desk. It was such a bad flub because he was talking to Peter Parker too. So it took us away from Kevin Smets versus Rachel Cushing, the 2 of the greatest IG players playing live in San Diego, and that is
3,
what
2,
was the biggest flub that it took us away from.
Time. All right, Paige, you have any initial thoughts here?
Oh, I like that you guys both went with Mike Kalinowski's in both of these controversies that occurred. I like where you guys are going with this. I won't give away who I thought was my favorite of it all, but no, I like what you guys went for, because for me, when I go with flub too, I think it is whatever that word you guys were both using. Yes. When it came down to it, because it's true, it's the flub is something you're so confident in that you just try to whip out, and sometimes you don't think before you speak. So
you have anything specific you want them to hit on, or you just want to see where they go with it?
I kind of, for this one, I kind of want to see where they go with it.
And we don't have we do not have anything from the ghost judge in the private chat, so I am going to go ahead and roll into the 4-minute open debate. And you can, whoever wants to start, just go at each other. 4 minutes starts in 3, 2, 1.
So with Mike's case, I would say it's more of like a comeuppance for hubris than an actual flub, right? Like, but the thing is, like, the best part about it is that's not what cost him the match. Not knowing his 5-pointer, who played Matthew McConaughey, his superior, that is Bill Paxton in U571, was what cost him the match. Even if he got the 3, Snyder would have hit his 3 or 5. So
honestly, that is proving my point, though. It is a flub that led to another flub. It is a flub that he could not recover from. Whereas "Don't Tell Peter, Don't Tell Harry" is a flub, and then the game is over. And yes, it's an embarrassing mistake, but to use the definition of what a flub is, it is something that is embarrassing, and it can be used it can be used on more than one occasion.
Yeah, so if you want to talk about flubs that led to other flubs, in that match, Mike versus Snyder, in his round 2, he missed like 3 out of his 4 questions in coming of age. So he was already playing badly. It's not like this one miss sort of like derailed him or anything like that. He was already, and even with Mike Kalinowski is so prone to like these flubs. He has said Brian Tyler instead of Tyler Bates. He has said eat, love, pray instead of eat, pray, love. He has said Miracle on 31st Street instead of like It's a Wonderful Life this past week.
You're right. My guy, king of the flub.
It's not even it's not even his biggest flub. If you ask his biggest flub, I would say Eat, Love, Pray, or like even the Miracle on 31st Street. But with Kevin Smith, it's so out of character for him to like make such a mistake. He is so like crossing the T's and dotting the I's person that it was super shocking. It was a flub because it was totally out of character for him.
But something that's shocking and something that is out of character for someone doesn't make it the biggest flub of the Schmoedown. It's just, I think Mike has more experience flubbing. I think he's more used to it, and it's also who you're playing. Mike playing Smets and then the game is over is one thing, but Mike playing Snyder and then Snyder doing his thing, like his Snyder thing where he's like, what'd you say? What'd you say?
Yeah,
and like,
exactly. Him throwing him off and throwing the challenge was what actually led to the derailing, and not like the flub in itself, right? Like, but in Smets's case, nobody challenged, nobody sort of like interrupted him and saying, that's wrong or anything like that. It was his mistake that led to the whole moment, his whole downfall.
Disagree. Because what actually happened is he said it right the first time, and this is what makes it such a perfect flub. Mike, here's the question, which I believe I have on me, and it's something like, it's a very weirdly phrased question. It is, in the 2012 film Ted, John and Ted get to meet the actor who plays the lead in their favorite film, which is what? And he goes,
exactly.
Flash.
So if you put the witches at a
Mr.
different
Jones.
If you put the witch is signifying or describing the person instead of the movie, it's a totally understandable mistake. But like the flub, but the
don't
mistake
tell Peter, don't hire. That's
Smets. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not understandable. It's not understandable at all. Why would someone tell Peter? Don't tell Peter. Don't tell.
If your mom heard it, she'd be like, "Oh, that makes sense." But if your mom heard like this question and that answer, Flash. First of all, he's giving two answers: Flash, Mr. Sam Jones.
Kevin Smets had only like missed 3 or 4 questions in 3 matches until that point. So it was a mistake. It was totally out of his element for him to do such a thing. It cost him It cost him being an undefeated champion, which I'm sure he would have won the belt off of Rachel at San Diego because we saw how well he played in the undercard. So it stopped him from being this unstoppable force in a geekdom. And Mike's singles wasn't even his strongest division anyway. Like he was just going on a Cinderella run.
We're not going to speculative fiction here. This would have put Mike in contention for literally being Mikey 3 belts, being the first person to like run in all.
He would have lost to Paul Oyama really badly.
I don't know. Oyama did bad that year.
All right, that is time. Yeah, it's, as I always say, I'm glad I don't have to judge. So
I knew this was going to be a spicy match when you told me these two were playing, because I know that they're, no matter what, they're going to stick with their bones with whatever they say. They're going to be able to back it up, and I know they can with both of their statements. So yeah,
I definitely agree. Do you have anything you need from them in their closing statements?
I was actually going to ask what the questions were from both of them, but they kind of both stated that within their argument. So I'm glad you guys did that. Made it a little bit easier for me to refresh my memory. So I appreciate that. Myself and the ghost judge are actually like going back and forth right now on trying to figure out what we kind of think. I don't know. So, but no, you guys did a great job arguing, but only one can be the winner of round 1. Yep.
And don't forget that you both still do have your 30 seconds extra time if you want it. Just say if you want it or not. I'll be able to add it. So the
ghost judge has something to say too. If you wanted to add that in.
Oh, thank you.
Unless you want me to do it, I can do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
So guys, from our secret ghost judge, they want to hear why the flub is important, and because they said I'm getting only pieces of it. So why was it an important flub to you? Why was it so important that it was the biggest flub?
Yeah. So we're gonna start back with Drew, and your minute starts in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, this would have made Mike not just a champion in one division. This would have given Mike the potential literally to be the first 3-belted champion in across Schmoedown history. This is the biggest thing. He would have only had to get past Oyama, who had like messed up pretty bad. I didn't mean he had a bad year. He messed up pretty bad to Bateman though. Like he wasn't unstoppable. And Mike, like hitting the stride that he was hitting. Yes, he had a bad round 2 in this game, but like him beating Snyder was almost like a side note to him versus Oyama. And this kind of mistake that he made, yes, it didn't cost him the game technically, but if you're watching that match, you've never seen light go out of someone's face faster and then just kind of give up on a 5 harder than he did, thus costing him the first time to be like Mikey 3 belts and the first person to ever go against 3 divisions and run for the belt in all 3 divisions. It made him basically the Thanos of this universe. And I don't know that like just being the Intergeekdom champion and getting cost that match is the same thing.
Time. All right. What you got, Chandru? In 3, 2, 1.
Talk about why the flub is most important. Like that single flub is what cost Smets the match. It's what cost Smets the title shot against Rachel Cushing, which he would have so badly wanted. We all know how good friends Smets and Rachel are, and like watching them play against each other would have been great. And also like with Mike, you can point to like his bad round 2 or the entire match he was playing bad. Even 2 matches leading up to it, he just got lucky. He barely escaped by the skin of the teeth against Janine and Bateman. So it was his like weak round 1. And like there's no way he would have won against Paul Oyama. Paul Oyama would have like totally explored all of his weaknesses and like taken advantage of it. But like with Smets, he was an undefeated champion. Like there was no chink in his armor until then. Like he didn't even have to go to the final round until that point. But then this time he gets a 5-pointer that with all intents and purposes he knows and should have known, but then missed it.
I'm gonna use 30 seconds here if I can.
Yeah, let me set it up here. Shit.
Didn't think I was going to do this. Okay.
All right. Well, your extra 30 will start in 3, 2, 1.
No matter what path he took to get there, whether he played well or not, the fact is that he was on his way, and that was like the one thing that was standing in his way. So, yes, it's still the same thing. He was still going to be in 3 divisions, and Smets is still going to be 1. And you're saying undefeated champion. He was undefeated. Like, he had a run that was like as good as Collins, it's good something else. He was undefeated and did something, but he did not like go across 3 divisions and like run for 3 belts. And that makes the flub like that much more of a devastating, like embarrassing loss.
I got it. Okay. All right. That's the end of round 3. Yeah.
You guys gave very good arguments because with Ju, for example, like she's saying like it could have like, he would have been 3-belted champion if this didn't happen. And Chandru saying that Smets would have like gone on to face the champion if this 5-pointer didn't go his way. So you guys are making it so compelling and hard. What the hell? Like I thought this was gonna be a lot easier.
Me too.
Well,
the polls, I thought it was gonna be worse.
We do have the polls posted. They are on our Twitter page. I got it scrolling across the bottom there. Let me go ahead and put it in the chat too.
I like what your answer. What you said that the answer is Mike going flash. Because that's what he goes. He goes flash.
That's what
Sam Jones.
Sam Jones. The Snyder's like, wait, nope.
Nope. He's like, what do you say? Say it again. Say it again. He's like, he gave 3 answers.
And the other one is just like, don't tell Peter. And then Christian looking at Mark and Mark is being like, we cannot accept this. It's just like
both are super cringe.
It's just sometimes when you speak and you just don't know words come out, like what words just came out of your mouth. That's like kind of what happened there.
I mean, it's not as bad as Triceratops. Or
I mean, again, I think we're going for
anything else
in the legacy, and I feel like Triceratops is just like on the par for like, what does he say? What is Sam Dalton? What was the Dalton answer he gave?
I don't remember.
It's a dinosaur. I tell you to go F yourself. So
yeah, there's also the Jew bear.
Jew bear.
So funny
The bear Jew, yeah, the Jew bear.
Yeah.
I mean, just JT's the way that his mind works. I feel like it's very similar to the way my mind works, so I don't begrudge him those kind of things.
Yeah. All right. So the polls are live. I'm not gonna go into those until the end, but I will say the winner of round 1. I'm not gonna say the winner of round 2 or 3 until the end.
Mm-hmm.
Our judges are in agreement. We don't even need that poll, but please will vote anyway, just for fun. And Paige, would you like to announce the winner of
I
round
will
1?
announce round 1 winner. Drum roll, please. Do you have that cool sound effect? There we go. That's what I like to hear. Is VIDEODREW.
What?
Just because
No!
what we noticed was we've come to the conclusion that Mike just never learns from his mistakes, and he should have taken his time and just listened to the question, and maybe he could have done a little bit better in that match. I will say, Chandru, though, with your comments on the whole Smets thing, with his statement in saying the Peter instead of Harry is a great flub because he was so confident and he would have won. But to me, it's just kind of funny that Mike just never learns from his mistakes and just continues to make flub after flub. And it was just funny because he was so like, yes, I got this. Like,
Andrew, you incidentally made my point for me.
I know.
The round's over, right? We can't retract it or anything.
No, round's over.
Chandru had the right answer. The thing is,
I
he just
know.
answered for me.
And Ghost Judge said also Mike has not gotten back to the level he was playing at singles to want another Mikey 3 belts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Smets went on and used that loss to become a champion.
Yeah. So before we go into round 2, we did have a super chat from our guy Ben Rayner, who always shows up. Said, "Hi guys, both great answers and both still hard as fuck to watch to this day. Congrats
So
on making it to round 2."
They are. See, Smets is more like cringeworthy because you're just like, oh my god, you just would have won the match and you just made that little mistake, and that's why like his I like felt for Mike is just like, dude.
I can't watch Snyder deal with anybody, but like especially can't watch Snyder deal with like a rapidly deflating Mike, like a rapidly deflating Mike Kalinowski. It's like the saddest, most cringy thing to watch ever. Ugh.
All right, well, we can go ahead and move on to round 2. I will pull the question up. Paige, if you will do the honors.
All right. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Which competitor whose season is over will come back and dominate next season?
Shit.
And why
That's the wrong question.
That's a different question.
That's the wrong. That was from last week.
You guys can still say Paige the right answer you guys said, right?
Hold on. Let me get the right one on there. I was trying to get all this together at the last minute. Okay, here we go.
Okay, ready, guys? Which current competitor would be best on the desk when they step away from playing? And why is it Paige Frabetti?
And also Paige
I just added that last
not
so.
for Bretty. For all
exactly.
of you out there. Okay, so Drew went first in round 1. So that means Chandru, you will be going first here. You still have your extra 30 seconds. Drew does not. So your first minute opening debate starts in 3, 2, 1.
What does the Schmoebates question desk so desperately need? Someone who knows the Inner Geekdom and Star Wars division as much as like in great detail. Someone who knows the game inside and out, and someone who's been in the biggest matches, and the biggest tournament matches, and so on, and the most grueling matches, and so on, and like who knows the strategy of the Schmoebates like inside and out. And that's why I'm bringing the answer. Mara Kanapik. She has already like called a match or two here and there. She actually called my one-on-one match against Brandon Hanna in 2019 season 6. So she is amazing. She has a great chemistry with everyone on the desk, and she knows the game inside and out. And extra points for knowing Inner Geekdom and Star Wars angles, so she can actually stress how difficult of a pull that was. And she will of course pronounce things correctly when anything difficult comes up in IG or Star Wars, any of those questions.
4, 3,
and she does 2, a lot of her homework too.
1.
Like as we know.
Time. All right, and Drew, your time starts in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, Chandru, the downfall of you is going to be that you're so myopic in your lens. Like, yes, inner geekdom is a big part of Schmoedown, but it is not the only part of Schmoedown. And we want someone on the desk who can be the Mark Ellis, who can be like the entertainment, who can keep things light and can keep things like moving forward. And for that, we don't necessarily need somebody who's that invested in a single division. We need someone like, say, TV's own Griffin Newman. Who's just been so entertaining to watch this season. He's a professional actor. He's a constant player, and I don't think that he would necessarily not know those inner geekdom pronunciations. He does Blank Check podcast. He knows how to keep it on the level, and he's got that energy. He's got that little sparkle that you want to see in a host. That's it for me. I'm done.
You still got 10 seconds.
I'm gone.
All right, yielding. Okay, and before we go into the open debates, I forgot I need to shout out another Action Army General, Keith Kilduff, for sending in that question for us. Salute. You got anything, Paige?
Just so we just heard the chat. It's fucking hilarious. I hope I'm sorry, I can't swear. But
yeah, you can. Yeah,
it's fine. Apparently, we can swear here.
Drew, like, come on, girl. Why you gotta bring that man up right now? You know how I feel about him.
Right, feel that, Paige. It's not like I don't feel your pain on that, Paige.
I mean, yes, I tried to get justice for the both of us, but
yeah.
No, so yeah, I kind of want to go more into detail, like why you guys think, like why do you both think that they would be great on the desk? I know you got. Chan, you kind of said like she knows inner geekdom more, and you kind of said that Griffin Newman would be a great like comedic, like comic relief. But like, what do you think they could bring new to the table, kind of in a sense, being on the desk?
Mm-hmm. And the ghost judge simply says, "Well, Drew and Chandru have put me between a rock and a hard place, and we both did it. They need more selling points on Griffey as well."
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. So, if you're ready, the open debate, 4 minutes, starts in 3, 2, 1.
I'm sorry, did you say you need more points about Griffin Newman, the guy who hosts the George Lucas podcast, like the George Lucas talk show with like Kevin Smith? Like this guy.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that podcast. He has like so many tangents that it takes him 2 hours to talk about a single movie.
Sorry that he's
we don't want
talking about this kind of stuff. He at least and Mara is good at other stuff too, and she'd be fine on the desk. But Griffin knows deep drilling. That sounded gross, but he knows like how to deep dive on any of these topics. He knows Star Wars. He knows inner geekdom. We've not really seen this guy miss in any of the categories that he's been given so far, and I feel like that's going to
that is great. He is undefeated so far, but he's only made it to like the semifinals of a singles tournament and like the finals of the teams tournament so far. He hasn't like been to championship levels. He doesn't even have the experience of losing a match yet. So
why would he need that? Why would he need that?
Like you need to have experienced all the highs and the lows of the game. Like people like Andrew Ghai, why they make such great announcers is because they've been through the highs and the lows of the game. Like Andrew Ghai has been in like multiple number one contender matches, and Mara Konopik, it's not just the IG thing that's just an added bonus. Like I said, she is entertaining. She is one of the funniest people I've met in life. So of course she's going to be fun. She's going to bring the laughs as well.
Because whoever wins this match, this Schmoebates tonight has to go play Mara. So I'm not going to go there and like shit talk Mara. She's great. I think the other element of this is you want somebody who's unflappable, who literally just rolls with everything and just is able to. The way that we see Mark Ellis do, just sort of like go, okay, well, this is what we have to do, and just keep going. And Mara, we've seen get like very like invested and can sometimes like stop things dead because she's like, rightly so as a player, but less so on the desk. Is this helpful, vehement about a position?
No, that is actually really important. In like great comedic duos, you want kind of like a straight man and like a funny man. Like Mara can be that straight man when time needs to be, like when while calling the matches with like say Ellis or like with Andrew Ghai, for instance. And she could be like the quirky, funny person on the desk as well. So she can sort of fit both of those sides. And the best part about Mara is like, even before joining the Schmoedown, she's been a fan. I wouldn't be surprised if she had seen every single Schmoedown match ever. But like I can't say the same thing about Griffin Newman. Like he only got into the Schmoedown sauce, knew about it this season. So I don't know how much of the history of the league that he knows. Like which is really important, as Andrew Ghai has showed. Like knowing the league inside and out and how it works, all the strategy, all the gameplay aspects of it, the character aspect of it. Everything is important.
There's one aspect that you are missing, though, and I think that is if you watch my Final Girls match and watching Beth May on the desk. Beth May does not have a history with the Schmoedown. Beth May was a great counterpoint to Mark Ellis, so much so that Hector Navarro on the live stream of Skybound afterwards was like, I think she just like upset, like she just like made Mark Ellis like second place in terms of on the desk abilities. And I think that what it takes sometimes, it takes a little bit of a distance. You need to not be as invested in the Schmoedown and the personal competitors that you know and like the feelings that you have about the game. You need to be able to step away from it, just be like, this is just my gig. I just come in, read the questions, and just know the answers and the challenges. I'm not giving preferential treatment. I just
and Mara would do that once she's retired. Like she'd be a little removed away from the game. And I'm glad you brought up Beth May, because like we need more women on the desk, and like Mara would bring a lot of different energy. We don't want another white man on the desk again.
Well, the great thing is about Griffin is I think he'd agree with you. That man is like a woke ass ally. Just like literally Google his name and find out like the shit that he's done with his career.
And Mara's perspective of like having been like winning a tournament, like losing the belt and coming back to win a belt, being retired and so on too will be really helpful.
Time. I'm having some issues here with my Twitter app.
You really put me in a hard spot, Chandru. Like, I need every single one of the words.
Okay, Paige, do you have anything before these closing statements?
Yeah, you guys are both very fiery. I liked it. A lot of points that you guys kind of brought up that Griffin would be great on the desk because he does run his own podcast, so he's very comfortable with it. He can bring that fun flavor. But I also like how Chandru also brought up that we do need more women on the desk, and she knows the highs and the lows of the game so well that I really do think that would benefit her with being more understanding, kind of in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't think we have anything from the Ghost Judge. I'm not gonna say any of these comments that might lead one way or another.
One way or the other.
So we can just go ahead and roll into closing statements. Chandru, you will be first, and your 1 minute starts in 3, 2, 1.
We have a lot of entertaining people, funny people in the Schmoedown, like Griffin Newman, Beth May, Winston Marshall, and so on. We have a lot of people who know the game inside and out too. Like name a lot of these 2-time champions, but like the intersection of that is like very few people. Andrew Ghai, for instance, Mara Kanapik, Rachel Cushing. It's just very few people who can sort of fit into both molds and like do whatever they is asked of them at the desk, and be an amazing addition to the roster, to the revolving Rolodex of Schmoedown hosts. And that's why Mara Kanapik is going to be an amazing addition to this. She does her homework. If you've seen Schmoebates, she had like five sort of whiteboards full of matches. Of course, she's going to go back and watch every single match or like review what happened to each of their players' trajectory coming into that. So she's going to do her work and bring in the knowledge and the entertainment.
Time.
I'm going to go back and come back in to see if that fixes my internet, because I seem to have some trouble. So hold on.
Okay.
So I'll do a little song and dance for you guys for a minute.
Yeah, I ain't dancing.
I want to question like who has the best hair, because Drew has great hair, Chandru has great hair. Yeah. My hair's a hot mess right now, but sometimes I think nice
it's
hair.
Obviously me.
Yeah, Jake.
I mean, come on now.
So.
What are you hiding? What are you hiding, Jake?
Winner. Ding, ding, ding.
Well, while we're waiting for Drew, we did get another super chat from one of my least favorite people, Maxwell Haddad. Said, I love 3 of the people on screen. Let's go, Drew.
Oh, man. I'm guessing you're the 4th, Jake.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, I don't know, am I? Like,
I mean, it was pleasant enough when we hung out in Orlando last month, but Always got to get those shots in there. See, what's up, Joe?
What are you doing? Dude, when someone said, I really, when we need some funny people, I really just want to be like, am I funny? Do I amuse you? But I didn't want to interrupt during your statement. So.
During my minute, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was like, every time I name another person, it's like 2-3 seconds off my minute. I'm like, I can't waste it. Let's just keep going to the next point.
I know, I would have been such an asshole if I interrupted.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I don't run it, I would have given you an extra like 5-10 seconds.
Yeah, it's happened before.
I appreciate you not interrupting me.
Joe, if you weren't here earlier, I did use one of your questions for round 1.
I was gonna say, how do you guys come up with these questions? I like them.
Yeah, I love this. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay. And okay.
Okay,
And
so it looks like I'm going to be doing this off my phone, but I want to make sure it didn't look like I was leaving in the middle of a fight. You guys can hear and see me now. We'll make sure it works.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
good.
You good, girl.
Okay.
But yeah, Paige, we sometimes we come up with questions on our own. Sometimes we outsource them to group chats. But
Oh, nice.
which is what I've been doing because I'm lazy. So
it's always good to get fresh ideas from people, you know.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate everybody who has input on it. So let's see. What did we just do? Chandru just had his closing.
I went my minute. She
Yeah.
Drew has her closing.
Okay, Drew. So if you're ready, your minute starts in 3, 2, 1.
Sometimes you need some fresh blood in Schmoedown. And I'm not just talking about the players. I'm also talking about the fandom. Griffin comes built in with not like an insular group of people who are already into Schmoedown. He comes with like bringing his whole crew, the Blankies, like I think that's what they call themselves. He comes in bringing like all of his fandom and like the nerd fandom of like all the cons he goes to. The guy is like Orko or whatever from like Masters of the Universe. Please don't tell me you don't think a guy who does that many conventions like isn't going to be able to A, hang an inner geekdom in Star Wars, and B, be able to bring in like a bunch of new faces to be watching and participating in the Schmoedown. And honestly, like when you're on the desk, what do you want to hear? You want to hear new stories. And believe me, I've hung out with Griffin one-on-one. He has some fucking stories. Ask him about Kevin Costner, working with Kevin Costner in Draft Day. I mean, I would love to hear that because between like question round 1 and round 2, it's a great story. 5, and so is Griffin 4, as a judge. I mean, I really can't think of anyone who'd be 1. More convenient.
And time. So that's going to do it for round 2. Let me go ahead and get this poll posted. It was so much easier when I was just doing the backstage stuff.
You don't have to do
see your face, though, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. Okay, the polls are live on our Twitter. Let me go ahead and throw that down below. Like I said, we're going to check that at the end. Both Paige and Ghost Judge. Okay, I've got your votes in. I'm not going to announce that till later. And what was I about to do? Oh, yeah, we got to do the coin flip when Chandru gets back.
Okay.
Where are your doggies, Drew? I need to see them.
Here's one. There's Sammy. She had a tummy ache early today. She went on a big walk, and she's so sleepy. Sammy, say hello. Say Griffin Newman would be the best Schmoedown judge. Say it. Say it.
Good night. Oh, I heard it.
He said it. He's like looking at me like.
Such a kitty.
And Paige, I do like that comment that you made in our Twitter chat, but I'm gonna save it till the end. That last
I'm trying
one.
to think what I said. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna save that to the end.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so for round 3, since Chandru flipped for round 1, Drew, would you like Team Ghai or Team Trade? Or no, you flipped round 1. Chandru, it's your flip.
Yeah.
Oh, Team Ghai.
Unfortunately, it's this guy. Not that
Oh
one.
no.
So, Drew, would you like to go first or second?
I'm gonna go second because I got a goodie.
Okay. Let me mark this down. Okay, so I will pull up. Wait, hold on. What do we got? I was just looking at the private chat real quick. Okay. Round 3. If you will, Paige.
You guys ready? All right.
Yes.
What celebrity would you like to see in the Schmoedown next season?
Great question.
Shout out.
That is a great question, I will say.
Yeah. And shout out to our girl Kelly Wang for giving us that one. Salute, General. Let me change this banner here. Ah, shit. Wrong one. Okay. So, Chandru, your minute. And remember, you do have your 30 seconds still.
I know.
Starts in 3, 2, 1.
Imagine in some live event next season, introducing next, making his Schmoedown debut, and the lights go down. You only see a big silhouette in the background, and then someone just goes, "If you smell what the Rock is cooking," and he just makes his entrance just bigger than ever, larger than life. If you talk about like movies and wrestling, the intersection of that is where the Schmoedown lives. It's niche, and I cannot imagine anyone who embodies like movies and wrestling, the intersection of movies and wrestling, more than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's going to bring in bringing in new fans. He's gonna promote the hell out of the Schmoedown and like bring in so many more eyes that he would bring in wrestling people who would want to watch movie trivia people who want to watch him more on like a wrestling type setting. Every single person. It's going to be a blast.
Time. You guys have been doing great with these time limits because some of these matches, they just keep rolling.
They have timers in front of them. That's why they're timing themselves.
All right. So, Drew, your minute starts in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, nicely done, Chandru. So I had this similar idea of a way to start this, but I guess I'm just going to like wing it. So imagine the same thing that Chandru said. The lights go down, introducing for his first time, and then you just hear, "Oh, not the bees!" Who is it? What? Nick Cage? Yes, it is. It is Nicolas Cage. He's going to be a Schmoedown competitor. And it doesn't matter if he's good at movie trivia. It doesn't even matter if he likes movie trivia. It doesn't even matter if he knows where he is or if he's just method acting for his next role. It's Nicolas goddamn motherfucking Cage, and he is here for it. And I just yield the rest of my time. That's my opening statement.
Nice. You got 20 seconds. You sure?
I don't care.
Right. You do you, boo-boo. All right, Paige, you got anything? Ghost Judge, throw it in the private chat if you got anything.
I'm sorry, that was just both of their answers are just so good. I don't know who I'd want like more now.
Yeah, the entertainment value.
Like I would definitely want to hear. I guess like I don't want like. Well, okay, I got one. What division do you guys think they would play in? What division do you think they would be best in if they played in?
Good question.
That's what I'm going with.
Great question.
Yeah, and Ghost Judge just said you set big expectations, Chandru. No pressure. Big out of left field choice, Drew. But I
or is
love
it?
Mm-hmm.
I love both of them though, like a lot.
Ghost Judge asked if you would see them in teams.
Like with each other, probably.
That would be reckless. I would like to see
that. Okay. I got it.
What division do you guys think they would be in, and how do you guys think they would do? What would their like Schmoedown names be? Like, I don't know. I want details with this, baby.
Yeah.
All
gotcha.
Right. So our 4-minute open debate will start in 3, 2, 1.
Here's something easy. How about the guy who was going to be Superman and who named his kid Kyle could play in Inner Geekdom? He could hang in Inner Geekdom. Not to mention that he could also hang just in the Schmoedown regular. He's been in like half the goddamn movies that we reference anyway. I mean, like Nicolas Cage will remember the movies that he's done in. for teammates, how about, I don't know, the guy who played his son in the Color Out of Space, Brendan Myers. Like, that would be a great team up. I know he's already with Shazam, but like, I think that's also like a rivalry I'd like to see, father versus son. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K.
So for my money, Dwayne The Rock Johnson would make his debut in singles, and then after that, the world is his oyster. The Schmoedown is his oyster. Of course, with the celebrity, the biggest thing is like bringing in more eyeballs, right? Like you want them to promote the hell out of it. And who is the promotion king right now? Dwayne The Rock Johnson in all of entertainment. If he takes up a project, he would promote the hell out of it. He'd totally buy into it, and you would know, like, every single person. You know how many followers does he has on Instagram? 277 million people. If he just like tweets out or like makes an Instagram post about the Schmoedown, so many people are gonna watch it and then one gonna come to watch
if he
it.
does. Well, we have Kevin Smith as a counterpoint. Like
both,
that necessarily bringing a million people.
Yeah, but that's which is why I'm saying Dwayne The Rock Johnson doesn't half-ass anything. He will whole-ass everything. How many?
Well,
for instance,
some could say that is also Nicolas Cage's deal. And if you want to talk about who's going to get farther in the competition, you only get so far, like just based on your charm and your good looks and the fact that you were probably a jock in high school. Think about the weirdest person you know, the person who has like the most in-depth trivia knowledge, if not just because they watch a ton of movies and are like the weirdest person you know, but also because they've been in 90% of the movies that's going to be asked about, or they have personal stories.
Most of them direct to video, and like most of them just for a paycheck. For instance, Nicolas Cage has been in 7 movies in the last normal year, 2019. I cannot name even more than one movie. Color Out of Space, and even that is because you brought it up and Brendan Myers is in it.
Like, you don't remember Mandy?
No, that was not 2019. See, but Dwayne The Rock Johnson has been in two big movies in 2019. Everyone knows it's Hobbs and Shaw. Everyone knows it.
Is what you're telling me.
No, he's only made 2 movies, and like it's all in the ether, because like when Dwayne The Rock Johnson does something, it is cultural cachet. It is a cultural touchstone. Everyone wants to be part of it,
but it doesn't mean he wins.
Want to find out what it is. And he's going to bring in more celebrities. No, he's going to be so entertaining. He understands the kayfabe aspect of it because he's been in wrestling. He made his career in wrestling, so he knows it's more about the entertainment and like putting on a great show than
just being
a good match.
Which one of these guys has won an Oscar before, and which one of them has been nominated for several Oscars before?
Having won an Oscar doesn't mean they're going to be automatically good at movie trivia.
Means they're going to be at that Oscar category. Tell you what.
But Dwayne The Rock Johnson, on top of being an amazing entertainer and actor, is also a producer. And if you're a producer, you need to know people's filmographies, directors, actors, filmography.
Nick Cage has been in the industry since like 1960, Yeah, no, 1970
he's probably out of touch by this point. Like, he's gonna.
Nicolas Cage out of touch, man. Did you see Pig? Have you heard about his new movie? Like, he is.
I have not. That's my point exactly. He hasn't promoted it enough that I've actually heard of Pig.
I mean, like, Nicolas Cage doesn't need to promote it. He just needs to exist.
Everyone knows Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, and Dwayne The Rock Johnson is going to bring more of his friends into the Schmoedown. Kevin Hart, Ryan Reynolds.
As opposed to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which Nick Cage was in, along with
exactly along with it, like he wasn't carrying the movie. He was just like a cameo.
Who's going to be better at Schmoedown now? Who started?
Exactly. He's Dwayne The Rock Johnson is going to be as entertaining, and like, he's going to bring more eyeballs and more celebrities into it, like Ryan Reynolds, Gal Gadot, you name it.
Nicolas Cage knows everybody. He's Nicolas Cage.
Okay, well, that was a hell of a debate. I do want to say that our ghost judge said, being objective, Chandru is really backing his answer. Drew needs to get more in. I really love both answers. Mm-hmm. So that's what I got from them. Paige, you got anything?
I love both of these answers. I totally get where Chandru's saying that The Rock obviously would bring eyes to the Schmoedown because it's the motherfucking Rock. But at the same time, Nick Cage, man, is a crazy motherfucker that I hope I can swear because I just swore a bunch of times. Like, to me, like, personally, who would I want to, like, I don't want to give my answer away, I guess, but like, Nick Cage would bring so much flair, I think, to it, and he's like she kind of said, he has an Oscar. He knows the film industry. He's been in it for so long. Even though The Rock would bring eyes, I think they both would bring eyes. And I think they would both bring something totally different, but at the same time, like something totally awesome to the league. That would be awesome. And if either of them are listening right now to this,
I've got Nick Cage right here.
If the Godfather doesn't want to be my teammate next season, call me. But I hope the Godfather wants to be my teammate. So
all right, so we can roll into round 3, or the closing statements.
Yep.
I believe we are starting with Chandru. Do you think you're gonna want to use your 30 seconds, or undecided?
I'll use it. Yeah, I'll use it after Drew's minute.
Okay. All right, so we'll start with you in 3, 2, 1.
If you're bringing a celebrity and you want that person to like come in, be the most entertaining person ever, and also like nail the questions left and right, which is what Dwayne The Rock Johnson is going to do. He knows, he's friends with most of Hollywood and like knows their filmography. Like he does his work, like he does his homework. He's not going to half-ass anything. He's going to promote it like hell because that's what he does. If he's in a project, he makes sure everyone knows about it because like that's he has a great social media team that does it for him too, and he's going to completely buy into the Schmoedown, and he's going to not just bring the film audience, he's going to bring in the wrestling audience, which Christian has been trying so hard to like get into it as well. And of course he's going to be so freaking entertaining. You know what, Hobbs and Shaw made so much damn money. They're gonna make a sequel, and his teammate is going to be Jason Statham in a teams match as well. Just because balls to the wall.
5,
Let's just
4,
and then they'll
3,
play against Idris
2,
Elba and Ryan Reynolds.
1. And
Nicolas Cage gonna be riding Falcor, so he's got a dragon.
All right, so Drew, your minute starts in 3, 2, 1.
Look, I know the ghost judge needs me to bring it more, but honestly, I feel like I can be carried a bit because I don't need to bring it. Nicolas goddamn Cage is going to bring it. I can't do a good impression of him, but you guys know in your head what he sounds like. He sounds fucking wild. And the fact that he doesn't have social media just kind of makes him more of a mystery. You can't tell me that if Nicolas Cage showed up to do a movie trivia competition league, that people wouldn't just find out about it and go to it in droves, even more so than a mass-produced project by The Rock, quite honestly. And can I just, for my last minute or so, I'm just going to read you the premise of his new movie, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, in which he plays himself, begrudgingly accepting a $1 billion offer of a Mexican billionaire fan to become some version of his most iconic and beloved characters in order to exonerate his wife and daughter from a notorious drug lord. Now, that could just be his kayfabe shtick in the Schmoedown. I don't care. Like, I honestly don't need to hear more than just he's showing up with Neil Patrick Harris and going to be doing himself as a role. Now, that's not kayfabe. If that's not the spirit of the Schmoedown, I don't know what it is.
All right.
Okay, let me get you set up here, Chandru. And your 30 seconds starts in 3, 2, 1.
If you hear Nicolas Cage is doing a movie trivia competition, people are just gonna think, okay, that's just another art house like thing he's doing out of his own interest. It's a niche thing that he's been doing, just like all of his direct-to-video movies, for instance. Like not a lot of people are gonna hear about it. Like even maybe one diehard fan like you is going to like talk about it on YouTube, just like you talked about the movie. But like, who's going to bring in the most of the eyeballs is Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Dwayne understands the Schmoedown already. He would be the perfect addition.
And time. Well, that was a hell of a match.
Ooh, you guys have me like, my mind is blown because I don't know which way to go. I've already said it, but yeah.
Oh, are you okay?
I'm still here.
All right, well, I'm going to need the final decision from our judges in the Twitter chat.
Right now. All right. I think Nicolas Cage, I mean, I know it's an entire chat, but I'm just going to say this real quick. I think Nick Cage would be better at movie trivia Schmoedown, but I think The Rock would be more entertaining. So this is like really hard.
I mean, if I could do a Nick Cage impression right now, that's what I'd be doing to fill this dead air. But all I can do is just finish out the alphabet. QRSGUB WXYZ. That's how you do it. I never misspelled anything. Not once. Not once. That's Vampire's Kiss, everybody. If you haven't seen
Nice.
that, it is the best. It is where the supercuts of Nick Cage come from, besides Heaven.
So the polls are posted on our Twitter page. Please go vote. They have decided matches before, especially recently.
Can I address something in the comments? Somebody saying Brock might be able to get his big brother to show up. Did I mention the Coppolas?
There was one thing that I was. I'm going to give it a couple minutes for.
Can I
polls.
say the thing that was brought up in the private chat that no one brought up?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, it's not a secret. It's just I didn't feel like bringing it up for the argument.
Oh yeah, no. So Chandru, you didn't, and I didn't know this until someone said this. I think it might have been you, Jake. That Brendan Myers was in the Tooth Fairy with The Rock.
Oh my God!
Why did I not know this?
Yeah.
So Brendan Myers was both of their teammates at the end of the day.
God!
That would have been a hell of a counterpoint.
This is what happens when you only know IG.
Yeah.
Yep.
I should know Brendan Myers' filmography better. This is totally, but it's fine.
Yeah, the reason I joined Schmoebates was because Christian told me I could play the guy from the OA, and I was like, done.
Yes.
I don't care which guy from the OA.
Is that really what he said? Because when I hung out with him, I was joking with him, but I was also serious, and he definitely thought I was joking. I was like, I love the OA.
I love the OA.
I need an autograph. And he just laughed.
I'm gonna make Narcotic watch it soon, but like, and no spoilers if you haven't seen the seasons of the OA, but they're so bonkers batshit, and season 2 is so good.
It took a while for me to get into it, but I did get hooked.
The second season is just amazing.
Yes,
yeah,
great show. It needs to get picked up.
There was another.
It's getting a third season officially.
Yeah, it is.
What?
There was another point made after round 2. Paige, did you want to bring that one up, or did you want me to?
Oh yeah, I'll bring it up for the round 2 question. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, we haven't voted. We haven't gotten to the votes yet.
Yeah,
We'll
don't.
say
Okay.
that.
I'm glad I didn't say. But yeah, I will go back to my statement with when I was not jokingly asking Brendan Myers for his autograph. He did not. He just laughed at me, but I was so fucking serious.
His
what
account?
With Brendan in the New York match in 2020, early 2020. I got a picture with him at the at my sister's bar where we went after the Schmoedown show in Brooklyn, and I sent it to my dad immediately, and I was like, look who's here, the kid from Color Out of Space, because like it had just come out. My dad was like obsessed with it.
Obsessed with that movie.
Movie's fantastic. Nick Cage is Nick Cage. It's Nick Cage.
All right, so these polls, I'm only going to keep them open for a little bit longer. Once I refresh them, that will be the end.
Oh, Drew.
But you know who I love though? I do love Brendan Myers, but I do love Brendan Myers' brother.
Oh yeah, Lachlan
is awesome. Shout out to him.
It's just Meyer.
Yeah.
Oh, what did I say?
You keep saying Myers.
Oh.
Well, he can just start calling you Frabetti.
So. Yeah, he knows I love him. No, he probably says
you love both the Myers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They know I love them. So.
Oh yeah, I love both of them.
I'm just waiting on one last confirmation from the ghost judge before I close these polls. But yeah, it was a hell of a match. And also, speaking of Brendan Meyer, Chandru actually replaced him in this tournament because he had to back out at the last minute.
Oh.
And Robert Adams replaced Robert Parker.
I've also played Brendan Meyer in the Schmoebates. Like,
oh shit, that's right.
Did not go well.
You said let her in.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. There we go.
Sorry guys, since I'm on my phone, I had to go vote in my own poll, and that's
you will vote in your own poll.
Yeah, man. Any win is a win.
I didn't know we were playing like that.
Yeah, no, we are.
Give me a minute now to go vote for myself.
No, that's fine. I was just retweeting the polls.
So we do actually have a decision. Our judges agreed on all 3 rounds.
Ooh.
Oh wow!
No, we didn't. No,
yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Unless I read something wrong.
No, I'm saying in all three of them, we went.
Yeah, in all 3 rounds, you agreed.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're right. You're right.
For
I'm
every
sorry.
single question, you agree with each other.
Controversy.
Yeah.
Okay, so we already know, excuse me, that VIDEODREW won round 1.
Crazy.
For round 2, you want to announce that, Paige?
Can I get a drum roll, please? Chandru won round 2.
And
Yes.
for round
close.
3, and your winner, Mr. Chandru Dhandapani.
Oh my god. Oh, that was tough.
Drew.
Congrats to both
Oh
of
no!
you,
Oh, she left. She said, "See ya." I need Drew to come back so I can tell him my counterpoint of something. But
It was a great. I hope she can still hear us. Like,
Yeah,
that
she's
was
back.
That was a great game.
She's
no,
back.
you guys did awesome.
Hey,
What one?
wow! I was trying to give
Hey.
you golf claps, and I kept pressing the ball. I was trying to
Knock the
clap,
phone out.
and
Oh,
I accidentally
sorry.
hit the wrong thing on my
Oh
phone.
no! Oh my god!
I'm gonna
No,
lose.
Chandru, what won it for me was for you was round 1. I like hands down went for Drew. Round
Yeah.
2, I did agree with the having more women on the desk and her knowing the game very well. Drew, if you brought up Beth May in your argument, if you picked Beth May, I probably would have picked you for round 2.
That was
Actually,
my first
that was
choice.
her first
Beth May.
choice.
And Jake said that to me in the private chat, and I was like, damn, she should have kept with it because she did a killer job on the desk for that
In
final.
the final,
And
yeah.
So
One,
good.
she's
And I
a female.
suggested her for being on the desk for that. I like.
Yeah, no, she did a killer job. Haha, no pun intended. US
So-
did a
I just don't
killer
want to seem
job.
like I'm playing the favorites of people that I actually like love so much that they're like my best Schmoedown friend or something. But like, they want to seem like I was playing favorites there.
So, do either
No,
of
you would have
you
picked me then if you were playing favorites.
Yeah, absolutely. I would have picked
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
do either of you have a guess as to who the ghost judge is?
No, is it Mara?
I
Is it
had-
The Rock?
Oh,
If it's The
It's
Rock, I
actually
don't
The
Rock.
care.
Rock. Now you're
Imagine
fucked,
if he's
dude.
just like doing Schmoebates and he wouldn't even
If
promote
it's,
it because
if
he's
it's
the
Nick
ghost
Cage,
judge.
I'm going to lose my shit.
I would be losing my shit
Oh
already.
yeah, I would have been. Yeah, you would, guys. I would not be.
I would just pull a VIDEODREW and like just leave studio.
Yeah, just
After
gone.
like all of the slander that I did, all of the kids.
Chandru just literally swayed Nick Cage against voting for himself, apparently. in this match.
No, so I do
I know,
have to
right?
say though, guys, both of you guys' picks was so like that final question was so hard for me to make a decision, and they were waiting on me to make a decision because I just like
Mhm.
could not, because I kept saying it though, like The Rock would bring so many eyes, but I think it would be batshit crazy awesome if Nick Cage was,
If Nick
because when he's
Cage
an
was in
Oscar
there,
winner, too, like the man's filmography is like crazy ridiculous, and he would be so fun to be in it. But I do think at the end of the day, The Rock would bring more eyes. He does understand what the Schmoedown is the wrestling mentality of movie trivia, and that's like what we're going for. And I think that he would be able to like bring that so well with it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But if I had to team up with either of them, I would team up with Nick Cage all day.
Oh.
Every
I mean,
day.
Nick Cage
All
likes
day.
to invest his money in crazy ass shit. He might have just heard it. We know that Rock has heard of the Schmoedown. We don't know if Nick Cage has heard of the Schmoedown. He spent
Heard of
all
the
his money on
Schmoedown,
haunted
yeah.
houses in New Orleans. I'm sure he would like to buy up this property
Dude,
and just have it
totally.
as his,
He
you know.
does.
His pet project,
Right
like
now, what?
passion project.
The Rock does
Yeah, he owns a
know
haunted.
Dan
He owns
Murrell
Marie
pretty well.
LeVay's house.
What?
Mhm.
How
Marie
The
LeVay.
Rock
Marie
knows
LeVay.
Dan Murrell? Now I gotta be
Yeah,
Dan
yeah,
Murrell.
because Nick
Nick
Mundy was in
Nick
like
Mundy.
multiple sketches with
Nick
Dan Murrow
Mundy.
when Dan was with Dwayne when Dan was in Screen Junkies.
Yeah, and The Rock actually
Officiated
officiated
wedding,
Nick
right? Yeah.
Nick Mundy's wedding.
Mhm.
Oh shit!
I
Yeah.
love Nick so much. He's so sweet. I went to his
He's,
4th of July
oh,
party a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
He's
I've
the
never
best.
met him in person.
I'm gonna go ahead and bring on our ghost judge.
Oh yeah,
Is it
we
Nick
stopped
Mundy?
yet.
Who's the change guest?
Our conversation just like completely derailed.
Yeah,
That's what we suggested.
I
Yeah.
think it
Who
should
said
be.
it was
I
Mara?
think it's Brendan Meyer. Like this is why he dropped
Ooh.
out, is so he could judge.
That works perfectly with the timing issues. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, ghost judge,
I
if you'll
don't
turn
know.
your screen on, please.
And come on in.
All right, from
Come in.
the Mount Schmoedown show, and a lot of you probably know him from the fan leagues. It is the wonderful Caramel Mountain, Mr. Ryan Payne.
Hey.
Traitor.
The
Oh,
high
yeah.
platform you guys are going, and I'm just like, oh, no, oh, okay. I'm just at a low bar here because it's just me.
Dude,
Saboteur,
Ryan was like the
Ryan, you were
decisive
just
one
in my
in
study
this.
session.
Well, I was being completely objective towards everything. So when Chandru had said The Rock, I'm just.
That
Oh
doesn't
my
sound like
God.
objective to me.
No, don't let those fool you. I was being completely objective for all of them. I mean, honestly, I would have loved to have seen Nick Cage in there. I mean, immediately I could think of the meme factor of Nick Cage being
Oh my
there.
God, the
Seeing
meme.
Mark Christian can have fun on the desk with Nick Cage matches. Come on.
Oh my God. And then when he retires, he can be on the desk.
Yes,
Oh.
I would like to see him
Oh.
on the desk. I would like to see Nick Cage on the desk announcing a match. Can we
Better
make this
yet,
happen?
Nick Cage would
I
know
want that's
every
for
single
exhibition
person.
matches. He could have been on the desk for exhibition matches. And
Yeah.
I think the only downside I saw of that was I wasn't hearing from both of you trivia wise. I mean, sure, we could guess, but like just having like the great back and forth. Like, who would you want to see them face in the matches? I would have loved to. If you had sold me on pairing matches, I would have been as dead even as possible. It was always like a 51-49 going back and forth.
Look, I know we can't relitigate the thing, but I mean, Nicolas Cage has been in just so many movies. I'd love to see him go against like William Bibiani, like somebody who's just a movie expert against the person who they are in the movies that the person is an expert on. Like that would just been amazing.
And I would like to see The Rock go against VIDEODREW. I think
that would be
I
great.
Love it.
That would be a great
Only if I
match.
can dress up like as the chicken from Moana.
Nice.
Hell, maybe throw The Rock in one of those Disney exhibition matches.
Disney
just so
exhibition
you can
match.
Or like
one of
the
his
Fast
questions
9.
to him.
We can do a
The
Fast
Fast
and
and
Furious
Furious.
exhibition match. Rock
Yeah.
versus Vin Diesel. Full drama. Are you kidding me?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
the Fast and Furious eventual exhibition match will be hosted by The Rock. It has to be.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah, it
Or
has
like
to be.
or him competing in it.
Yeah,
Like,
were they gonna
imagine-
get Tia Wiggum? Like no.
What?
Tia Wiggum, who's in 2 of the movies, he's the
Oh, yeah.
agent that like pinches in the nose who comes
Oh
back.
yeah, that's true.
I'm just saying,
That's
like, who else
the-
are you gonna get for the Fast franchise?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, it can be Vin Diesel because, like, in his contract, it would say he cannot lose the match. Then we.
Yeah, it will say that. It also says they have to be the same height in the match, which is gonna be
Yeah,
hard.
and then
Sitting down.
Rock also wouldn't want to lose the match. Then it'll just
got
go
boosters,
into like
please.
20
That's
to
his big
25
brother.
rounds of sudden death. Yeah.
Oh, that's what you guys meant by Big Brother. You were joking about the comments meant like the
Rock's
Big
the
Brother.
comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Vin Diesel.
I didn't understand that either, and I was like, yeah, sure.
Oh, I was just looking
Catch
up.
on to
I
that.
was just looking up the comments. Look, they're full of like bees and rocks.
Bees and rocks. I know, because
Yeah.
that's like a really good thing.
Dude,
That's
no
like what I
one brought
want
up
from
that.
that.
I didn't actually see the movie Pig, but I heard such good things about it. Nick Cage
I-
is in
I've
Pig,
not
right?
seen it yet either. I
I
cannot
saw
wait.
the movie Pig last week, and I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Nice.
I heard it's like
feel
an amazing film. A lot of people was. I could be entirely wrong.
Mhm.
Did someone
I
come
heard it's
up with
amazing.
Pig?
I've my 2 for this year that I've seen is that are like on my list are like they're just my favorite of the year. Not that it's related to anything. Are like Dune and The Harder They Fall, which is just so good. Guys, if I can recommend one thing and plug something else instead of my own shit for once, I'm just gonna plug The Harder They Fall on Netflix.
Is it
I
on
actually
theater?
saw this
Oh, is
killer
it on?
too.
It's on Netflix.
Yes,
I will
it
also
is.
Netflix, you said,
say
right?
Fear Street on Netflix, guys. Check it out.
What is it called?
The
Fear
Harder-
Street?
Oh.
Sorry.
The Harder
No, I
They
know The Harder
Fall
They
is the
Fall.
one VIDEODREW said, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The Harder They Fall is one I was talking about. But what was the one you said, Paige? Her Street?
Fear Street.
Fish
Fear
Street?
Street. Fear
Fear
Street. Okay.
Street.
Oh, Fear Street. Okay.
Gotcha. Fear Street's fine, but no. Can I be honest though? Can I be honest though? Like The Harder They Fall is the craziest, best film I think I'm gonna see all year. It doesn't match Dune in scope, but it's just so
That's in my
good.
queue,
I've heard that from quite a few.
Oh, nice.
It's
So-
fun too. If you're looking for not a downer, go watch that.
Well, if y'all are curious, since Ryan was talking about percentages, do you want to know what the poll results were?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Sure.
I do.
Okay, so for question 1, biggest flub in Schmoedown history, 67% of the vote went to Kevin Smets saying, "Don't tell
Yeah.
Peter."
Of course.
Wow.
I voted for Kevin Smets.
Question 2, best current competitor would be best on the desk when they step away. 53% of the vote went to Griffin Newman.
Wow.
And
Yeah, I know.
question,
He's like, I
Wow.
voted for that one.
It's pretty much what the
Yeah, that
crowd
was
was the
the
opposite of
3%.
us.
Yeah,
right.
exactly. The chat's completely disagreeing with you guys. Or the Twitter poll there.
and question 3, celebrity to join. 57% went to Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you
Nice.
still won no matter what. So that's a clean win, man. And now I don't have to go against Mar next week. Luckily, you picked the right side of that battle.
Oh.
This is gonna be a
So
rematch
speaking,
for the ages.
There's gonna be a rematch in the Schmoebates, yeah, instead of in a geekdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck.
speaking
man.
of going against Mara, pull this up here.
Okay.
Woohoo!
Oh man. Well, Ben
Matches
has
of
himself
the
like a,
ages.
whoever wins, Ben's in trouble.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
man.
all I'm saying is, Chandru, if you win, Mara, if you win, please just put that man in his place again.
I would
I
love
got
that.
to do it once this season, so please do it again
Yeah.
for me.
I
And
haven't
And as
seen
a
the
teammate of
Schmoebates
Ben
belt in
Bateman's,
a
I can just
while,
say,
so
do it.
Mhm.
and I know some of y'all are aware, maybe not all of you. Let me see if I can pull it up here. I don't think it's on my computer. Da-da-da. So there is actually a legit
If you're
belt.
showing us the Spider-Man posters, I don't want to see them. I'm
oh
kidding.
yeah, the belt,
No.
yeah, the actual
Oh.
Schmoebates belt.
Oh yeah, I've seen the belt.
What? There's a what? The
Yeah.
It's currently
okay. I
sitting
want to
on
be in
Ben's.
this next season when you do this.
God.
Yeah.
And I want to do better next season when I'm in this.
I kind of want to see it back. I
I'm
kind
not
of want to
gonna
see the
lie,
belt back on Alex's shoulder, but you know, I mean, I wouldn't.
Great job, though,
Yeah.
Jake. You've been doing a great job, like keeping this torch alive and putting this
Yes,
exhibition
I
together.
would say-
Yeah.
I
Thanks.
appreciate it.
Thanks for-
You're killing it.
Watching and they're loving it.
The two below us, fabulous job. Brian, keeping me
Yeah.
composed the whole time because I am very indecisive and I just loved everyone's answers because I'm a horrible debater. So I'm just like, oh, I like both of them. Why can't I have my cake and eat it too? Like,
I mean,
Yeah.
if by horrible debater you mean like person I would least like to get into an argument with because they seem like they'd be so punchy at debating, I think yes. But like otherwise,
Yeah.
I imagine you're a great debater, Paige.
oh, thank you.
Yeah.
As someone who's constantly had his foot in his mouth during my college years, I've learned to keep my mouth shut and listen. So it was just kind of like, yeah, don't jump in and say who won. Just wait.
Oh, if I just think I'm right, I'm right. But these two below me were both right the entire time because you guys gave fabulous answers. I was
Thank you.
very
Yeah.
proud.
Yeah, and
Peace in
thank
the
you.
chat.
Thank you everyone for being here. Everybody that's been in the chats, everybody who's
I'm not just saying this to say this, Drew. This is the most favorite of my Schmoebates I've ever been in.
I mean, I'm fun. I'm a good time, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
This is honest.
The
You
most
both
fun
are.
I've
Bring
ever
out
I
any
think it was
time
both
I'm
of
good
you
at it.
guys
I'll just
in
entertain
real
everyone.
life. Yeah.
Mhm.
so as this
Thank you.
other helicopter goes over.
At least it's better than the inconsistent barking of dogs outside.
So-
William Harold, I agree with you. I do want Nick Cage to team up as Charlie and Donald Kaufman in one match. That's amazing.
that would be awesome.
Yep,
Well,
Drew had to
again-
explain that whole movie to me, so there's that.
Yeah.
Predestination all over again.
Yep.
All right. With that, we are gonna go ahead and get out of here. I know some of us have early mornings tomorrow. So, Paige, do you have anything to plug?
Yeah, you guys can check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Front Page News 9. My match against Griffin Nooms dropped today. Go check it out on the tube, guys. I can't believe Drew brought up a sore subject today by bringing that man's name into this whole thing. But
Honestly, I
it is
have
what
not
it
seen the
is.
match yet, so thanks for ruining it.
But guess what, guys? I'll be back stronger, better, than ever next season. So
Exactly.
love you
Hell
all.
yeah.
And I'm so happy I got to do this with all of you guys. Jake, thank you so much for having me on.
I love it.
Of course. Been trying to get you on for a while. We've just had some scheduling issues.
I know.
but-
So I'm glad I was able to do it tonight with these awesome. Everyone on this panel right now is awesome. So I'm very glad I got to do this. So thank you.
In a way that we're all
Thanks
winners
again.
because of that, because we had a good
Exactly.
time.
Exactly.
That's the most important part. So
Yeah.
The often forgotten part of.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
I don't like it when it gets too serious.
No, I don't like it
Not a
either.
fan.
I don't like it when people actually are angry or fighting. I've never liked that part of like any sort of kayfabe. No, Chandru, great
no.
game. Congratulations.
So
I'm very excited to see you versus Mara because that's a tennis I would.
I'm not. I'm ready.
that actually might not be next week because on Sunday I have to fly to Texas for work for a week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Might be a little hiatus, but we'll get there. Or I might do it from my
Man,
hotel room. I
traveling
don't
all
know.
over the place.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's fine. We don't have to finish this by spectacular or anything. It's not. We're
No.
not.
It's a
I was-
live match.
I was
It's a live
wanting
match.
to-
Spectacular is
The winner plays Bateman at spectacular.
Oh my god.
and just do it. Do
It is
backstage
just the
before
last half of
do it
Bateman's
backstage
Can you
show on
before
Sunday.
imagine?
that.
It's
That'd be
just
awesome.
a live Schmoebates. Like his
What?
concert on Sunday. Live Schmoebates.
Just put them
Yes.
on a table right across from each other, and just put the host in the middle, and just let the chaos fly.
Exactly.
And
Yeah,
there'd be
let's
plenty
do
of people
that.
that could co-host there. So I can
Now
just,
let's take let me
Exactly.
co-host.
Just
Let me
stream from the
co-host.
action.
I'll
house.
let Drew and I co-host that one because I might be jumping over the table to get to Bateman. So
Y'all are supposed to be unbiased.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what I'm saying.
yeah.
I have keep my back to me, but I don't have the bias literally one way or the other. Just say the bias is a balance in the force.
yeah. So Ryan, what you
Yeah.
got to plug, man?
Well, first off, you've already mentioned the show when you brought me on. Mount Schmoedown, I co-host, and my co-host was in the chat, Ben Rayner. We host it every Saturday on the Schmoes of the North Network. It's pretty much, we do an introspective look at the careers of Schmoedown players, past and present. You should check out our channel. Check out the Schmoes of the North channel where we've had so many great episodes. We had VIDEODREW on as a guest. Paige has been on a couple of times with us. And definitely check us out this Saturday because myself, Ben, our other co-hosts, John and Allison, we are going to have the current Star Wars champion, the Major Thomas Harper, on. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be an incredible episode. Hopefully none of us are going to lose our minds like fanboying over this, like hoping he brings the belt onto the channel. So just check it out, guys. You're definitely, I know you guys are definitely going to love it just like I'm loving it. I'm already stuttering and stammering, thinking about that episode right now, and we haven't even recorded it yet.
You just missed a golden opportunity to invite Chandru on.
yeah.
I'm not good at I'm not good with hindsight.
That's fine. It's fine. Just reach out.
but yes, but honestly, yes. While you are doing that, I know Ben would immediately yell at me, like, "Brian, do it now!" So, Chandru, definitely. If you would definitely love to be on the show, you can definitely reach out to myself or Ben or our other co-host Allison because she's definitely helped us. You would love having a conversation with Allison, just like
Yeah, she's great.
yes, yeah.
That's
Reach
awesome,
out to
message me and we'll figure it out. Yeah, message me
Definitely.
and then we'll figure it out. Yeah.
I think I counted 5 definitelys in 30 seconds there, but
definitely.
all right.
It's the new tongue twister. Definitely.
Hey, you got it though. VIDEODREW, what you got for us?
Oh man, guys, check out Content Candy. It's an audio podcast network that I started with Nerd Chronic. So I know you guys are wanting to see what his next chapter has in store for him. Well, it's going to be over there as well as over on my YouTube channel, VIDEODREW, where we do like Video Chronic pop culture quizzes twice a week. We have shows. We have a bunch of stuff coming up. You can also check out my Patreon at patreon.com/VIDEODREW and just everything /VIDEODREW on the internet, basically.
All right, sounds good.
And go watch The Heart of the Ball. It's so good.
I'll add it to my list that I never get to. Yeah. And our winner tonight, Mr. Chandru Dhandapani. What you got to plug, man?
At Chandru things on Twitter and Instagram. It'll be there. That is I'll mostly post about what I'm doing over there. Other than that, we figured out when I'm using my title shot against Mike this season before Spectacular. That's going to be, so I'm playing for the IG title using the title shot. So we'll make an announcement. Watch all the Schmoebates matches. There'll be an announcement coming soon. And other than that, and I'm going to be playing Maracanapi in the finals in Schmoebates. So watch this channel as well. That is all I have to plug. Other than that, keep watching the Schmoedown, and big ups to Paige Frabetti. If you haven't seen that match, go watch that match, and then watch Paige Frabetti versus Bateman once again to remind you how awesome, how awesome of a contender she is. And if you guys, you guys are calling him the traitor, so if you want to watch the traitor lose one more time, you can watch it.
Oh, it's always lovely.
I'm okay with that. Thank you, Chandru. Much love, man. Much love.
All right, and for me, right now you can just find me here doing this. I randomly pop on other streams. Like I said, usually people send me a StreamYard link and I click it. Fuck it.
And tonight he sent me one, and I was so happy I got to deal with all you lovely people. So,
hell yeah! Thanks again to everybody. Congrats, Chandru. Congrats, VIDEODREW. You did great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paige. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you,
I'm
Ryan.
sure we will be. I mean, Ryan, I talk to you every goddamn day. I'm sure I'll see you soon.
Yeah, no doubt.
Paige, hope to see you. Soon. It's been a long time. Chandru, VIDEODREW. I always love seeing y'all. So just everybody, we'll be back. And thanks again for coming. And I am going to go ahead and end the broadcast. Later, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.